John lived in a village nestled between rolling hills. He was a boy full of energy, always in a hurry. Waiting was hard for him. Sitting still in school felt impossible. He wished he could fast-forward life like a song on the radio. He yearned to be big, to be free. One day John wandered into the woods. He stumbled upon a clearing. There he saw a tiny cottage, smoke curling from its chimney. An old woman sat on a rocking chair outside, her eyes closed as she hummed a gentle tune. She seemed to radiate wisdom and peace, a stark contrast to John's restlessness. John, drawn by curiosity, approached the old woman. He told her about his longing to grow up faster. He confessed his impatience with the slow pace of life. The old woman listened patiently, her gaze kind and understanding. When John finished, she reached into her bag and pulled out something extraordinary. It was a ball of thread, shimmering silver in the sunlight. "This," she said, her voice raspy but strong, "will let you skip the waiting. But be warned, boy, time is a precious gift. Once gone, it cannot be respun." John took the ball, his fingers tingling with anticipation. He thanked the old woman, barely containing his excitement. He rushed home, eager to try out his new gift. He couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited him in adulthood. He sat on his bed, the thread cool against his palm. He closed his eyes, picturing himself all grown up. He gave the thread a tug. The world blurred for a moment, then settled. He opened his eyes, his heart pounding. The room looked the same, but something felt different. He rushed to the mirror. Staring back at him was a young man. He was tall, with broad shoulders, just like he'd always dreamed. He'd skipped his tedious school years. He was free. He was an adult, but a strange emptiness crept into his heart. He found a job, just like he thought he wanted. The days turned into weeks, each one blending into the next. The excitement of skipping his childhood faded. The work was monotonous. He longed for the carefree days of playing with his friends, days he'd traded for the illusion of adulthood. He remembered the silver thread. What if it could let him skip this part too? He wanted a family, the comfort of love and laughter. He wanted to experience the joy of being a father. He wished to fast forward to the warmth of a happy home. Holding the thread, he closed his eyes and wished with all his might. The world dissolved again, reforming around him. This time he stood in a cozy living room. Two children ran towards him, their laughter like music to his ears. His wife smiled warmly from the doorway. He joined them, embracing the illusion of a life fully lived. He played with his children, listened to his wife's stories. But as days turned into months, he felt a growing unease. He barely remembered his children's first words, hadn't experienced the joy of watching them learn and grow. He was a father, yes, but the bond felt superficial. He'd missed the small moments, the building blocks of their relationship. He'd wished for the destination but skipped the journey. A wave of regret washed over him. He reached for the thread once more. He pulled the thread, yearning for the peace he imagined came with old age. The world shifted, and he found himself sitting on a porch swing, a warm blanket covering his knees. He was old, his hair white, his skin wrinkled. He had reached the final chapter, but the pages felt empty. His wife was gone, her laughter a distant echo. His children, now grown, lived far away. He'd missed their graduations, their weddings, the births of his grandchildren. Aching loneliness filled his heart. He had fast-forwarded through life's tapestry, leaving behind a trail of unfulfilled moments. He looked at his wrinkled hands, the silver thread lying forgotten beside him. He had been so focused on reaching the future that he had failed to live in the present. He realized that happiness wasn't a destination, but a journey. It was in the small moments, the shared laughter, the tears wiped away, the lessons learned. As tears streamed down his face, he understood. Life wasn't meant to be rushed. Its beauty lay in its every fleeting moment. He wished he could go back, savor the laughter of his friends, the love of his family, the simple joys of each passing day. But it was too late. The silver thread lay dull and lifeless, a reminder of his folly. He had wasted the gift of time, a gift that could never be regained. He closed his eyes, the weight of regret heavy on his heart. He finally understood the old woman's warning. Time, once gone, cannot be respun. He hoped that others would learn from his mistakes and cherish every precious moment.